With the first pick in the 2018 NBA Draft, the Phoenix Suns select DeAndre Ayton from Nassau, Bahamas, and the University of Arizona.
Ayton going ahead of Marvin Bagley III, and he is the 9th straight freshman to go #1 overall and the first Arizona Wildcat to be selected with the top overall pick in the draft. Ayton said during the lead up to the draft, you see his coach at Arizona, Sean Miller, that he knew he was going to go #1. He sold the Suns, and now he's the first overall pick in the draft.
And rightfully so, Reese. He is the prototypical big man in today's NBA. 7'1". He's got a 7'5" wingspan. And by the way, in Vegas, the over-under for my saying wingspan is 4.5. Take the over and tip it back, America.
With the second pick in the 2018 NBA Draft, the Sacramento Kings select Marvin Bagley III from Duke University.
Marvin Bagley III, who averaged 21 and 11 for Duke. I'll get our research guys on this. When's the last time that we had former high school teammates go 1-2 in the NBA Draft? Ayton and Bagley played together for a year in Phoenix, and Bagley didn't shy away from working out with Sacramento, and now he hopes to be a cornerstone of that franchise as he makes his way up to be greeted by Adam Silver as we take a look at one of the Mountain Dew Kickstart rides.
With the third pick in the 2018 NBA Draft, the Atlanta Hawks select Luka Doncic from Ljubljana, Slovenia, and Real Madrid.
Man, it has been quite a couple of days for Luka Doncic. We saw him hugging his mother there. As Trae Young now sits and waits. We expect from what Woj just told us that Luka will be on his way to Dallas in the heir apparent as the franchise cornerstone after Dirk Nowitzki. As Woj pointed out, his contingent on Trae Young still being there and ultimately winding up with the Hawks. But this player is a guy internationally who is as proven and as scouted as any international player we've had. NBA draft expert and scout extraordinaire Mike Schmitz is with us. You believe Luka should have been the #1 overall pick, Mike?
To me, Luka Doncic is the best basketball player in this draft, the childhood prodigy.
With the fourth pick in the 2018 NBA Draft, the Memphis Grizzlies select Jaren Jackson Jr. from Michigan State University.
The Big Ten freshman and defensive player of the year in his lone season with Tom Izzo and the Spartans. His dad was a longtime NBA player, won a championship with the Spurs. His mom is director of player ops at WNBA. As you see Miles Bridges, his teammate at Michigan State. We'll hear his name called a little bit later on tonight. But Jaren Jackson, big guy, shooting touch, can do a lot of things. A modern big in the NBA.
And he's only going to get better, Reese. You referenced it. He's the youngest big guy in this draft. He's got long arms. He's got huge hands. He may be the best overall defender in this draft when you take into account shot blocking, rim protecting, and his ability to get out and guard pick and rolls. He can guard 1 through 5 for at least a couple of dribbles, and he's only going to get better. He can knock down shots to three-point.
With the fifth pick in the 2018 NBA Draft, the Dallas Mavericks select Trae Young from the University of Oklahoma.
In the days leading up to the draft, the guy who was a sensation in college basketball last year, some said would be slipping. Concerns about his size, concerns about his defense. He said it was up to him to change that narrative about whether he defended anyone. Let me tell you, this dude put up offense on everybody with 27 points and nearly 9 assists to lead the nation in both categories. Woj, you got some more details on this proposed deal with the Mavericks and the Hawks?
Yeah, Reese, the Hawks general manager, Travis Schlenk, has coveted Trae Young throughout the entire season. Schlenk came from the Golden State Warriors, worked in their front office. He was there when they drafted Steph Curry, and Curry became a two-time MVP. Now, he's not sure that he's got Steph Curry here, but he absolutely got a player he believes will be a star for the Hawks. And I think right now for them, this was the best case scenario in the draft, because not only does he get a player he wanted greatly in Young, he gets a first-round pick from Dallas next year. And this is a draft where Atlanta's got 3 first-round picks.
Now here's the proposed trade. The Hawks expected to get Trae Young in that first rounder next year, though it will be protected. The Mavericks get the guy they believe will be their future. And
with the 6th pick in the 2018 NBA Draft, the Orlando Magic select Mohamed Bamba from the University of Texas.
Mo Bamba, the native of Harlem, will have the longest wingspan in the NBA next year at 7 feet and 10 inches. He's been working with workout guru Drew Hanlon to try to improve his perimeter shot. A very astute guy. Talked about noticing how some bigs weren't on the floor at the end of playoff games, and he wants to be able to do that. Mo Bamba, a defensive presence for sure right out of the gate.
Did you just reference his 7'9" wingspan?
7'10".
Stay in your lane, Reese Davis. That is my territory.
I
get credit in Vegas for that wingspan.
Have you copyrighted that term?
We have an early trade to announce. The Atlanta Hawks trade the draft rights to Luka Doncic, the 3rd pick, to the Dallas Mavericks for the draft rights to Trae Young, the 5th pick, and a future first-round pick. And now, with the 7th pick in the 2018 NBA Draft, the Chicago Bulls select Wendell Carter Jr. from Duke University.
A versatile big man from the Blue Devils, make it the 3rd time that a pair of Blue Devils taken in the top 10. Jahlil Okafor and Justice Winslow did it in 2015. Our buddy Jay Williams and Mike Dunleavy back in 2002. Both in the top 10. And Wendell Carter Jr., who chose to go to Duke over going to Harvard, a bright guy. He was terrific this season and really accepted his role once Marvin Bagley III reclassified and joined Duke this year. So a couple of Blue Devils going, and this seems to be a really smart pick from Chicago, taking Wendell Carter Jr.
I would not differ with that at all. Wendell Carter Jr. is an absolute workhorse. He is strong. He is an outstanding rebounder that always goes after the ball with both hands. He's a two-handed rebounder.
With the 8th pick in the 2018 NBA Draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select Colin Sexton from the University of Alabama.
Avery Johnson all smiles as his star guard goes to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Colin Sexton had one sensational season at Alabama. Helped the Crimson Tide win his first NCAA tournament game since 2006. He is extraordinarily tough and competitive. And he's the guy who raised the energy every time he stepped on the floor, and now he'll have to take that type of energy to the Cavaliers.
Well, Colin Sexton, Reese, is an aggressive, ball-dominant point guard, and you called it. He's a fierce competitor. I think he may be the most competitive player in this entire draft. He is quick. He is explosive. He is incredibly fast in the open court when he gets downhill.